that Alabama murder suspect and corrections officer who were on the run for over a week. Vickie White, the corrections officer, died after being rushed to the hospital.
We'll speak with the U.S. Marshals involved in the case in just a moment. But first, let's go to Alex Perez in Evansville, Indiana, where Casey White is being held right now. Good morning, Alex.
Hey, good morning, Michael. Yeah, Casey White is back behind bars. He's being held here at the county jail. His capture was a dramatic one. This morning, Vickie White, the former Alabama corrections officer who went on the run with capital murder suspect Casey White, is dead after both were taken into custody. White immediately sent back to jail. The urgent 11-day nationwide manhunt now over.
We got a dangerous man off the street today. He is never going to see the light of day again.
The scene chaotic as U.S. Marshals zeroed in on the pair here in Evansville, Indiana, about 219 miles away from where they disappeared in Florence, Alabama. Their cover blown after a tip from a citizen who spotted them in a hotel. Authorities quickly responding, leading to a dramatic pursuit ending in a wreck.
Clear on his crash out, still inside the vehicle. We could hear her on the line saying she had her finger on the trigger. Female is still armed.
As they closed in, authorities say Vickie White shot herself. Casey White injured in the chase, but expected to survive.
We can't clarify that at this time until we speak to him. We know the vehicle that was recovered had a date of May the 3rd. We were lucky that we stumbled upon them today.
Investigators were already looking into a tip the two may have been in this pickup spotted at this Evansville car wash on or around May 3rd. It was just days earlier, on April 29th, when authorities say Vickie, a 17-year veteran of the Lauderdale Sheriff's Department, helped spring Casey out of jail, transporting him in the back of her patrol car before ditching it for this 2007 Ford Edge that would later be abandoned and found in Tennessee. The state of Alabama had earlier filed criminal charges against Vickie for purchasing that used car under a fake name, second-degree forgery, and identity theft.
If you're a sworn officer, you've taken an oath to follow the law and to protect people. And when you violate that oath by breaking the law and actually helping a violent person escape into society, you've broken all the rules that you basically were hired to protect.
Vickie and Casey White, who are not related, are said to have developed a romantic relationship that started when Casey was an inmate at the Lauderdale County Detention Center in 2020. Overnight, Casey's former defense attorney speaking with ABC News.
Casey is not a big-time forward-thinking when it comes to his crimes or his actions. This was thought out thoroughly, the escape, the changing of vehicles multiple times, and my assumption is almost all of that had to offend Vickie White.
Meanwhile, authorities in Alabama questioning how one of their own fellow members of law enforcement turned on them.
She has been an exemplary employee, and what in the world provoked her or prompted her to pull a stunt like this, I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever know.
And authorities have not said why the pair ended up here or if they have ties to the area. Investigators now working to figure out what they did over the last 10 days. Robin?
So many unanswered questions, Alex. Thank you. Joined live now by Commander Deputy U.S. Marshal Chad Hunt and U.S. Marshal Marty Keeley. Gentlemen, thank you both for being here. And Commander Hunt, if I may start with you. Vickie White died from a reported self-inflicted gunshot wound. How has it been determined that it was self-inflicted, sir?
So at this point in time, when we made the arrest yesterday afternoon, when we were taking Casey White into custody, upon his surrender, he said, "Help my wife, she just shot herself." So that's what we're basing it on right now, but obviously there's an ongoing investigation to determine just that, but that's the information that we were given from Casey White.
And I know the autopsy is still pending. Marshal Keeley, since his arrest, has Casey White made any other statements other than that about the jailbreak or their time on the run?
To my knowledge, he has not made additional statements. I'm sure that the investigators will follow up in Indiana and also when he returns back to Lauderdale County.
And Commander Hunt, the Sheriff's Office in Indiana said a vehicle connected to the case was located there in Evansville last week. Can you tell us more about that?
Sure. So when we located the orange Ford Edge, our investigators were able to determine that Casey and Vickie purchased another vehicle out of Tennessee. A short time later, this past weekend on Saturday and Sunday, we were able to locate that blue F-150 up in Evansville, Indiana. So our investigators arrived late Sunday night, early Monday morning, started working the investigation in that area, and obviously we were able to verify the footage that was Casey White in the Ford F-150, and from that point forward, we were able to put the pieces together and identify this Cadillac that they were in yesterday afternoon.
And can either one of you tell us how were police able to locate them yesterday, and how did the chase and the arrest unfold?
They were located through just police work, good police work, with all the agencies involved. We also had some information, tips that came forward. We certainly want to thank the public for giving us those tips. But we obtained information after we located the vehicle that they had possibly gotten into a beige 2006 Cadillac. We dispatched our people into the area of the car wash and observed the vehicle at a hotel.
And Commander Hunt, we heard in Alex Perez's report just then that Vickie White's law enforcement background may have helped them stay on the run for as long as they did, over a week, switching vehicles and all. It was well thought out. Do you think that was the case? And is there any new information on why a career law enforcement officer would have done something like this?
You know, I think we all wish we knew the answer to that question. But to your original point, yes, I think based on her experience, in the corrections industry and law enforcement, this was definitely a well thought out, escape. And obviously her pre-planning and her involvement aided in their evasion for 11 days.
And so what now with Casey White, a violent criminal, suspected murder, now back in custody? What happens now?
He'll be returned to Lauderdale County, where he'll have an arraignment, and at that particular time, what the sheriff has told me is that he'll be moved to the Department of Corrections.
Well, gentlemen, thank you both for your time this morning and, of course, for the work that you both do. Appreciate it very much. Please take care.